Hi, this is Matt Marchant, and this video is for those who have taken the class Flatten Your Stomach. And in this video, we're going to go through the exercises to work your core. So if you're already on an exercise program, feel free to do what you're already doing, but I made this video and put this in the class. In case you don't have any exercises, this would be a great place to start. Now, these are very basic exercises. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't do them, but like I said, if you're already doing some exercises and you've done some of these before, feel free to revisit them. But the goal is after you start with these basic exercises, you do these for a month or two. Usually a good 30-day period is recommended. Then you can move up to more sophisticated exercises involving the core. So let's go through our first exercise, the core hold. We're going to take this hand towel all rolled up again, placing it in the lower back. Okay, so you place it pretty much where the belly button, if it were to come out the back. I'm going to lie down. I place the towel, the lower part of my back. My head stays all the way down. I try to take my chin and I tuck my chin down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by lifting the pelvic floor, pulling the belly button in tight, nose breathing only, and push my lower back into the towel. And I'm just going to hold that 10, 20, 30 seconds. When you get really good, 60 seconds is a great time to hold that. And it's just a gentle push of the back. I'm not trying to crush the towel, just gently pushing in on that. That's the first one. You can do 2 to 3 sets, and you can kind of push in on it. You can do a repetition where you're pushing, relaxing, or you can even hold it for a time period. Many different ways to doing it, but somehow putting something in your lower back so you feel kind of what to push on. But before you start pushing with your back, you need to lift your pelvic floor and you need to pull your belly button in tight, and please do not hold your breath. Next one, we're going to do the core hold with leg kick out. So exact same thing with the towel, exact same position. The start of the exercise is exactly the same. Lift the pelvic floor, pull the belly button in tight, make sure you're nose breathing, push your lower back into the towel, pick one foot up, make sure it's only about 1 inch off the ground, slowly kick out and back in. 1, kick out, back in 2. Now, if you get to a certain distance and you start kicking out here and you feel your back come off the towel, do not kick any further. That would be your limit, and it's okay just to stay right in here and do your repetitions here. And then in a few days, in a few weeks, you can start kicking out more and more, but you're using the towel as some feedback so you know where to push. Next one, a really good one, is the bird dog. It is good because anytime we're on our back or on all fours, there's very little load put on your spine. So it's easier to learn exercises on your back or on hands and knees. Okay? So in this position, we want to keep spine relatively straight, which means I have a little bit of curve here and my eyes look straight down. If my chin comes up here, I'm no longer in a correct spinal position. So I look straight down, my stomach gets pulled in tight, my pelvic floor is lifted, I take opposite elbow and knee, I try to make contact, reach, contact, and reach. And if you don't get your elbow and knee, that's quite all right. The goal is as you reach, you're making yourself long, you're not raising. So I'm not doing this and seeing how high I can go, I'm seeing how long I can go. Hence the name of the exercise, bird dog. Think of a dog pointing its nose, pointing its tail perhaps, and making itself long and not up. So that is the bird dog, and you can do 10 repetitions per side is a good one for that. Last one, and this is where we get into getting into some more what we call functional movement, meaning movements that you would do in a day. Okay, so every time you stand up or sit down, you do a squat. So with the squat, what you're going to do is you want your feet about hips width to shoulders width. In a squat, your feet will be wide depending upon your length of legs. Okay? So someone the same height as you that has shorter or longer legs might take a different width. No matter what your width, your feet need to be straight. Think you are skiing. You don't want to cross those skis in front or in back. You want to stay on skis or think on railroad tracks. Okay? Easiest way to do is hands out. You can also cross the hands, but hands out gives you a little bit of balance to work with. You take your hips, you reach your hips back, not down. So I reach back with my hips like this. I don't just sink down like this. Hands up, reach back, bend, up, 1. Reach back, bend, up, 2. Okay? So what we're working on is before we do that movement, you're lifting your pelvic floor, pulling your belly button tight, you're breathing. Now we're getting a bit more sophisticated from the first few exercises. So here's the breathing. I breathe in, I breathe out. I breathe in, I breathe out. When I get to the top of the movement, I just squeeze the glutes, I squeeze the quads, belly button's tight the whole time, it never lets off, pelvic floor is tight the whole time, it never lets off, and I'm always breathing. So those are 4 basic exercises that you can do for your core. If you don't have an exercise program, I would highly recommend just even starting with the core hold. That's a great one. And then you can start doing more of those. But that's a great way to start working on the core. Thanks for watching.